Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. And guys, we are here for another P Valley Season 2, Episode 6 recap and review. This one right here is titled Savage. I think they're talking about that Miss Autumn Night. As you know, I'm B. Avery. I got my girl Tyra right here with Reviewz TV. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing today?
I'm great. A little winded from this episode, but I'm okay.
Nice, nice. I love to hear it. Well, thank you so much for being here, ma'am. You look great. You sound great. All that good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, this is Tyra. Her information is on the screen if you want to follow her on social media as well as mine. Also in the description box of this video. And like always, she is on my channel tab. Just go ahead and click that button. She is right there on the second row. This is what her channel looks like. And please subscribe to her channel and help her reach 1 billion subscribers. Yes, yes, yes. And before we get started with all this recap and review for P Valley, just got to do some self pubbing real quick. Me and Tyra, earlier in this week, we did a trailer reaction together for the Woman King trailer. Yes, there we are right there in the thumbnail, as well as Larry with Today I Feel Like. This video, this trailer reaction is on my channel right now. If you guys want to go check that out, I happen to like the trailer. Tyra had some different thoughts on it than I did. So if you want to go check that out, it's about a 45-minute live broadcast that we did. Had a lot of fun. I will say that the conversation is split down the middle in that comment section. Some people agree with us. Some people don't agree with us. They agree with me. They agree with Tyra. They agree with Larry. It's all
Yeah.
over the place. So go check that out real quick. Also, Thor Love and Thunder just hit theaters, and so I have my non-spoiler review right here on my channel as well. I also have my spoilers review that I did with Elliot with Movie Files and Eman with Eman's movie reviews. So make sure you guys go check that out. But ladies and gentlemen, we are here for P Valley, Pussy Valley, P Valley, whatever you want to call it, created by Miss Kotori Hall. And like I said, this episode is titled Savage. I can imagine that Tyra has so much to say about this episode, as do I. I mean, the last episode we was left off where Miss Mississippi Keyshawn, had an iron to her face, and she was in that domestic violent, abusive relationship. Of course, she was also almost raped by Rome, but justice was served, and Wardy came through and gave him that fentanyl, and he was. And now we're picking up from that point. So, Tyra, how did you feel about this episode? Was it satisfying? Was it underwhelming? Was it somewhere in the middle? Let us know how you feel, man, because I am very, very curious.
This episode was extremely satisfying. We got a whole lot of time spent with Keyshawn last episode and kind of left our characters, but we got back with them and kind of full circled everything that we had a question mark by. So this was a really good episode. So much was happening.
Yes, yes, yes. So much was happening. She started, she was all over the last episode, and she started out in this one right here. I have to tell you, I'm a bit frustrated with this episode just from a technical standpoint, not the subjectivity, the objectivity, because I had a hard time watching. I just could not understand the dialogue sometime between the characters. And unfortunately, with these screeners that they provide, I am thankful. So thank you, stars. I am appreciative. They don't allow us to use subtitles. And so I kept having to turn the volume up and go back and try to listen to exactly what they're saying. And it was kind of
Mhm.
hard to make out the words sometime, especially coming from Little Murder and Big Tech. There was a lot going on with them and their relationship, reminiscing from the past. And I mean, there's so much to talk about, but half of it I couldn't understand. But besides that, Tara, it was a great episode. I thought episode 5 was the best of the season. I don't think episode 6 Savage was the best. I'll still give that crown to episode 5 and to me,
Mhm.
but episode 6 was really good, and it was horribly sad. It, it,
Yeah.
it was it was damn. I mean, I kind of saw it coming too, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Try to speak that into existence. I was like, no, they're gonna live happily ever after. But it was just too much for your boy, man. I thought Little Murder was gonna be able to talk him out of it, but damn,
Mhm.
damn. Did you see that coming?
Of course.
You did? Okay. You see everything coming. You right. You matter
Of
of fact, you
course.
saw like it was like 10, 11 things in this episode that you knew was gonna happen that you done
Yeah.
said a long time ago. And so
Yeah.
y'all let us know what you think as we're chopping it up about this episode. I kind of forgot about Diamond. Not Diamond,
Mm,
but yeah, Diamond. He is
yes.
really getting it in,
Them guts.
all in them, all in them. And he don't know if he's smashing Big Bone or Keyshawn, Miss Mississippi.
Mhm.
And she
No,
just
he
looks
was.
like a she
I,
just looks like an innocent little
mhm.
poodle puppy dog right there. But go ahead, what you were saying.
Oh no, I was gonna say, well, that's how he sees her. Like she's in that victim because she's kind of calling out for help still, like Dom, and it almost felt like help me, like no, girl, I'm supposed to be in these guts. I ain't supposed to be worried about you. But he's still there. He's still thinking about her. And from what Big Bone says, like this isn't their first time. We have been sleeping together multiple times, and you can't even look me in my face. You're still thinking about Keyshawn.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is that he's still, like, fantasizing about her? I mean, they didn't necessarily, unless I just completely forgot, they didn't have a romantic past in the first season. So I
No.
mean, and she kind of betrayed him, and
Yeah.
I just, I'm just trying to figure out like why he is so fixated on her. Like
I
I
think
just couldn't.
he oh no, I think he just has a connection to her because I think it's more of like a savior complex. Like he maybe feels like he didn't save her, like maybe he failed. And even though they have this emotion, I'm sure he's attracted to her and he wanted clearly, last season he wanted to be with her, but I think he just feels like he just kind of left her, like I couldn't save her. She still needs me.
Gotcha. And this his girl Big Bone right here called him out on that too. Like, oh, you look like you tried to save somebody before they wanted to be saved. And sometimes that's a lesson guys gotta learn. I had to in high school myself. I wasn't no grown man. So, but yeah, that was interesting to me. I have to tell you though, you was complaining about her acting in the last episode, Big Bones, talking about she's doing all this and being extra.
Get
I
on the
I, I have to agree with it.
motorcycle.
Yeah, it didn't bother me that episode, but this episode it did bother me. Her performance, her acting, it was pretty bad.
Felt like it
You know,
got better this episode.
really? Oh, okay. Maybe it was a sex or something. I thought it got worse.
Mm,
Maybe it was the crystals or something that she was
no.
about to. I'm scared of Diamond too, man. What is this? What exactly is he involved in? Somebody in the comment section very politely, I'm being facetious, was like, "You need to rewatch season one again, Brendan, because they clearly said that he's into such practices." And I
Hmm.
was like, "Okay," but he really painted an ugly picture. Like, "Hey, do you want your titties popping out your back and her going down something?" He said, "Don't touch that, or that's what's going to happen to you." And I was just like, my goodness gracious. But I don't know. It's their little smashing session is cute.
Mm.
They're getting it
Cute.
in.
She is
Yeah,
in deep. She in deep. She said she want that man babies in her throat. I was like,
yeah,
oh man.
yeah. I
And
wasn't I
he's
wasn't gonna
like,
say it, but yeah,
need those babies in my throat. Why I was like, wow, she wants some like real life protein. But
yeah.
she seems very invested. It seems like she really likes Diamond, but clearly he is still thinking about Keyshawn. And it's nice to see, I guess, that ring. I think they're foreshadowing a whole lot with that ring. Like I'm just like, is it gonna go missing? Like what is going to happen? It's just sitting there like some prize, like the precious. And
Right, right.
I want to know what's gonna happen with that and how they're gonna close up the whole murder and everything.
Hold on, was that a Lord of the Rings reference that you just threw out there?
It's
Oh, okay. Shit. I didn't know you was a fan. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Yeah. All right. Tara, little Lord of the Rings, Hobbit Precious. Okay. Nice. We another thing we can. I'm just being silly, but I'm still excited though. That's dope right there. But y'all, let us know what you think. Do you think that he's gonna end up? I know they're together in real life, but end up
yeah.
being with Big Bone or gonna end
Mm.
up being with Keyshawn, Miss Mississippi? You guys let us know. I'm very, very curious, but she is happy. She just won't well, I won't say that, but she just wants the protein. Now, I have to admit, when they started showing this right here, I thought Big Tech Big Tech, excuse me.
Mhm.
I thought he was dreaming.
Yeah.
I thought he was hallucinating. I thought he was imagining this world like he got out of prison, and, because he getting out, don't nobody love him, he by himself, he feel like Little Murder is giving him the cold shoulder. So I'm thinking he is just some hoopty or whatever. Just imagine this, like, yeah, like, yeah, you the man, Big Tech, you the man, and you got the ass everywhere and all of that. But no, it was real. I was like, oh, okay, they he really held it down for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you held us down on the inside, so we're gonna hold you down on the outside. It was still a bit artificial, like it was. I mean, he was. I think he was imagining to some degree. He probably saying this, Brandon, that was obvious. Duh, they're not just gonna shoot some music video for your boy. You know what I'm saying? But it was a heartfelt moment, man. Like I just feel bad talking about him now, knowing how the episode ended, because I've been dragging him all season.
Yes, you have.
But I did acknowledge that he's going through a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
I did, but this was sweet though, man. Oh Lord, my images are not working again, but that's okay. That's okay. But seeing your boy cry like this in the car. Tyra,
I thought about you.
You did.
I did. I was like, I'm that big old watch. Like, oh, he gonna be emotional again. He always crying. Like, if you ever needed any validation for his emotional roller coaster and his erratic ass behavior, this was the episode to validate it, just to show just how broken he is to do what he does at the end of the episode. Like, he's just so. And I was like, damn. I was like, we already have a Lil Murder, giving you a forget about Clifford present.
Right, right. He got his postcard, you know what I'm saying?
So y'all can prepare, this about, getting this tour back going, but he's just so sad. And it almost kind of felt like not a homecoming, but a homegoing for him. And this whole episode was just him prepping to say goodbye.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I feel sad. Just we're gonna get to it. I kind of want to talk about it right now, but we'll get there. But yeah, this is a nice gesture, man. I could relate to a lot of this right here. And when you were saying like, oh, he's so emotional, like there's nothing wrong with a man crying. I cry all the time, but there's a difference between showing emotion and being a crybaby. To me, there's a big difference, and I don't know. This really resonated with me right here. It did, because while a man always can put out that hard exterior, sometimes a lot of us are soft on the inside, and we just need a pat on the back, little words of encouragement, a little support, then go a long ways. I just know, like, when you don't think nobody's there for you, and then they just show up like this. That can really break you down.
It's more so sad just to know that even, I'm sure, prior to this very moment, he already has set out his agenda for what he wanted to do that day. Because you gotta remember, he had just freshly got out, and he immediately, oh, you're the bodyguard, you're going on tour. He hasn't even had a moment just to soak in his feelings and be fresh out. Clearly he was already like this long before he ever got out, and this was just confirmation of, well, I'm ready to say bye. But throughout this episode, he's just looking at Lil Murder with all this love and this completion and this admiration. I was like, Lord, and it's just like, well, I don't want to be here anymore, but it's good to know that somebody I care about is going to make it. It was truly sad.
Yeah, that is exactly what I read when it was at the gas station right here. Like I'm sorry, I still got to nitpick with a few things. To be honest with you, I was so frustrated. Like, why the hell did you park so far away from the gas pump? Like that just kind of bothered me. And when he came up to him, was like, hey, I don't know how to work it. That acting was kind of bad when he was trying to teach him how to pump. However, this was a magical moment when Little Murder ran over there and turned up the girl's radio. I was like, oh, that's me. And when you say that Big Tech was looking at Little Murder with so much aspiration, there it is right there. I was just like, man, he was like, to me, that was just like, look, I know there's no chance for me. I've given up on life. There's no hope for me. But my brother, you at the top of the world, and I'm gonna help you get there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what this look on. This look on his face meant to me, and that's when it just started unraveling for me, man. I was just like, man, what's going on here, or whatever? Are you counting your days? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What's up? So I like this scene. This was nice. How did you feel about it? Or you have any takeaways or anything like that?
I was hyped that his single is finally on the radio. I was like, yes, I feel like we've been grinding with him, even though there was that foreshadowing this whole episode for Big T, just for Little Murder, especially during last episode, we have Rome, like, no, don't nobody, ain't nobody coming to see him. Yes, he's on the rise. So that's a really great moment. We've been on track with him in his career since season 1.
Right. What did you think? You like the paint?
Absolutely
The
not.
no.
No.
Damn. So if somebody pulled up to you like this, what's up, Tyra? Let me fill your gas tank up. You're like, no, you fill up your own tank with that paint job. You're not feeling that? No.
It's not my taste. It's very loud.
It is very loud. I would dismiss it with you. I don't know. You guys let me know that you see the same things we saw with Big Tech right here.
Oh, you in that picture.
Yeah, man, because I was like, oh, brother, like I feel your pain. I see where you're coming from. So, but y'all let us know what you think about that. How do you feel about Mercedes and not the biological mom, she the biological mom, but Terica's mama, or so-called mama right here. How you feel about that right there? I have my thoughts. How'd you feel about it?
I'm honestly fucking over it, and I have no sympathy whatsoever for Mercedes. I'm sick of the storyline, actually.
Oh,
the whole like that soapbox that she sits on. You're never gonna let me have her. I'm never gonna be good enough. As we know, because they read us for Phil, she's not a sister. She's not, she's not any of that. This is the widow to somebody that you slept with as a younger girl who has custody and has been raising your daughter thus far. But between when we first met her up until now, she has more than enough proof. I'm like, just go to court, get her back if that's really what you want to do. Why are you continuing to ask her when you know what her planning is and what her agenda is? Like, she is very righteous, and I'm the mom. Meanwhile, she doesn't even know where the hell Terica is or what she's been doing and who she's been doing it with. There's no food in the fridge. You just caught her in the car drunk. The police, like, you have evidence that she is unfit. Either take your ass to the court and get her, or just shut the fuck up and go on with your life.
Wow, I didn't think you was gonna take it there, but good point though. Good point. Well said. Well said. And that is the best way just to expedite the situation. You brought up there was no food in the fridge. Yeah, we got molded fruit in there.
Yeah.
What looks like some apple butter, or I don't think there's apple juice back there, but it's not going down. Got a trash can full of alcohol bottles on top of bottles.
She's an alcoholic.
Yeah, she's out of there. I mean, it's probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and she looking like, "Where's my breakfast at? Where's my breakfast?" But she has money, obviously. What's going on with that? And like, we're gonna be honest with you guys. Right before we hit record, because we normally, me and Tyra, we never talk about how we feel about the episode before we hit record. We want to share our general reaction to each other. But I was like, Tyra, before we hit record, I just have to ask. I was like, what? I just remind me again. I was like, what is the relationship between the guardian of Terica and Mercedes? I'm like, they're not related or whatever. And she was like, he was like, no, they're not. They're not related. She is just the widow of the man that Mercedes cheated on. And we both said at the same time that their relationship is so weird. I mean, I guess Mercedes has guilt that she slept with the woman's husband. At the same time, she was a minor, and like, excuse me, it's just weird. It's just a weird relationship. I don't understand the loyalty. Does it make sense to you?
I mean, I'm guessing it's just a level of respect, I couldn't have been that. I was young, but at the point, and I do feel like that point has been there, that you were able to take care of her and you were her biological mom. You should have done the proper protocol to get her back by now, because while you're waiting and asking and leaving her with this alcoholic who feels like deep down she's a mistake, even though she said she didn't remember saying that, Terica is growing up. I mean, like, when exactly or do you feel like, oh, I'm going to step up and be a mom? She's 15, 16. Your window of opportunity is missed because you've been trying to collectively do what you needed to do, and you're asking. Why are you asking her anything? She shouldn't be the only one making that decision for you. You can be respectful, but you can also take your ass down to the courthouse.
This just made me think. Thank you. And this just made me think about something. How old is your daughter again?
My daughter's almost 12.
12. Do you answer every question she asks you honestly, or do you kind of like, you're not old enough for that? I'm
We're,
just
we're
kidding.
pretty we're pretty open and honest. I try to
Okay.
be
Yeah, don't be specific. I'm just,
yeah.
but oh, okay, okay. I was just thinking about that because of the Mercedes and Terica relationship that we have here,
Yeah.
and so I know you can relate 15,000 times more than I can. So
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. Um, also, like, do you think that Little Murder? I've said this before, but do you think he's been a little bit manipulative with Big Tech?
From this episode,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
and that was all over this scene right here.
Oh yeah.
Cock blocking, like you came on to him a couple of episodes ago. You shunned
Mhm.
him, and now that he getting a little shine from Miss Blue Hair right here, you want to be like, "Can we get some water?" Like, well, wait a minute, bro. You was up here sitting, go mess with Clifford. Okay, you had your boy Big Ted, crying in the corner and in the car or whatever, but he dried his eyes and he trying to work it out, and yeah, you being a hoe in my opinion in this scene right here. But they really did open up about their prison life. But again, I'm gonna pass the mic to you because this is one of the scenes where I could not understand what they were saying. I'm like, what? I don't know. I couldn't make it out. I just, it was an important conversation too. But do you remember exactly what was said? Because it was hard for me to understand. I'm so sorry about
um,
that, guys.
the exchange between him and Lil Murda.
Right, right, right.
Well, first they had all this foreshadowing. Did you see the little foreshadowing in the barbershop? I was like, why is that particular picture there? We already have the barber saying that, oh, your cask is sharp, and he's all faded. But in the mirror next to Big T's reflection is a picture of Robert Johnson. And I was like, why is that there? It was so prone and so clear as if they wanted us to see it. And I paused it because I was like, whoa, why are they putting that there? But it's nothing. It's just a musician who it's like the first rock star from the 30s, the black guy, the blues singer. I don't know if you know who he is, but he claimed to have sold his soul to the devil for fame and riches and talent. But it was right there looming next to Big T with like this demonic this image behind it. And I was like, what is that? Are they trying to foreshadow something with Lil Murder, or what's going on? But as far as them at the table, they were just, first I was shocked when Big T asked, what is he like? Like, what's Clifford like? I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he said a funnel, eating a funnel
Oh
cake once a year at the fair. I was like,
yeah,
wow,
yeah. It
that
was
was uncomfortable
what
for me.
what for
No,
T?
no, I felt sorry for T because
Mm,
clearly he wants Little Murder. Little Murder don't
yeah,
want to be with him, but he's up here telling him about the fantasy that he's having with another man.
yeah,
And it was he was trying to get the pronouns right, and you can see the frustration in Big T's face. Of course, he was like him, she, and then he said him, she, or that nigga. And
mm.
you can just the inflection in his voice. He can just he asked the question, but at the same time, you can tell
Yeah,
that it was painful for him to hear all of that. Man just wants to be loved, man. He had a bond with Little Murder inside of
yeah.
prison, and when he gets out, he sees that this dude done really moved on with his life, and he has nothing to attach himself to.
Yeah.
Um,
Not just him, the world. He keeps looking out, out the window. Like, this is everything is just so different. And he pretty much was just saying his goodbye. And I think he told him at the table, I forgive you. It's okay. It's okay that you've moved on. And I shouldn't. You don't owe me anything. And it hurt. And you can tell that it hurt him to say, like, oh, he just sitting there talking about Clifford, like, oh, she's the best thing ever. And it's
right,
just like, but you want to sit here and hold my hand. When they
right,
were sitting there and they were
right,
talking about, their exchanges in prison, because I think you had asked that episode, did I think that was their first time? And I was like, of course not. You see, like, it was like they went on this roller coaster of memories and all this courtship. And, hey, when we had our first time, he says, I thought somebody was pulling me in the closet to assault me or shape
right,
me,
right.
but it was you. He was
The
like
little
holding the
cupcake.
candle
Right,
and
right,
holding pasta. I was like, where the hell y'all get that from? But okay.
right, 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 right. He
Like
was
you
like, but that was then, and this is now. Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
was
their
like,
emotional connection really, really runs deep. And he's just in such a sense of goodbye and acceptance. And also at that point, even before then, he has really been working hard to try to get rid of Lil Murder. And I know he felt it, which is why he just didn't want to leave his side in the episode. But when
right,
we come into that manipulation on Lil Murder's part, this is really the first episode that I've seen it in because he is trying really hard to keep some distance between himself and Clifford, and I feel like he feels like he can mask that with Big T. Like, not only do I don't have to change myself for you, Clifford. He's not trying to be in no closet. I fucked up their relationship because I'm guarded and I'm trying to, conceal my sexuality. But with Big T, he doesn't have to worry about that. He's, down low and, with that same lifestyle. They come from the same culture, prison, the whole thing. He can, have him on tour. He the whole bodyguard. You can also have your rendezvous, your love and affection from him, and you can go on with your career. You don't have to explain yourself or answer to anybody. But whereas you go with with Clifford, you have to come outside of yourself and really admit to the public who you are, because he's just not about that. But I think he was trying to take advantage of T in that moment, even though we know, especially later on in the episode, it's also that kind of that survivor's guilt. Like, if I make it, you made it. I owe you this. You protecting me inside. Like, if we're going, we have to go together. And it's just like, no, you don't owe me anything. I was damaged way, with trauma way before you ever came along. But
yeah,
he wanted to use him in that sense, to have him on tour, to be that love, that affection, instead of going to where he really wanted to go to, which was Clifford, which was why T was like, no, you're not going to use me for that. I'm
right,
not coming
right.
on tour, and I just don't want to be here in general. So yes, he was trying to use him in that moment, and I was like, God damn it,
Punk
B
ass.
Avery.
Ah, it's okay. It's okay. What did you get me with the other time? We all gotta get one or something like that. I can't
Where
remember what you
everybody gets
said.
one.
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. But what also is sad, man, is your girl Keyshawn, man. She is trapped, trying to get out of this situation. She's going for the gun. I didn't think I thought she was gonna get out of there, because at first I was like, oh, okay, we are here now. Keyshawn is back with the baby daddy, Derek, his evil ass.
Asshole.
That's an understatement. Trying to kill her with the iron and beat on her and all that stuff. But of course, she had to go back home. She can't just leave one child, and so we're picking back up. And yeah, I'm happy because we was all pissed off with her last episode. You especially, just like, oh, Keyshawn, you got to stop being stupid and da 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 da. But she was trying to hightail it out of there, man. And I just knew Derek was gonna be outside or something on the porch, just like,
Where you
oh,
going?
yeah, and then going there and beat her. But this dude done took the battery out the car. And I'm just like, man, this dude is a true psychopath for real. And just the look on her face, I just felt so bad for her. She even put the phone down on the table, like, he can track me,
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, she gonna get out of there, but she wasn't able to. Could you think of any other way she could have got out of that situation, or did she handle it the best way she could?
I was yelling like, Keisha, call somebody, start walking, girl, get on the parking ride. I don't give a damn what you
Yeah,
do. Get the hell out of there. I was yelling like, the doom has set in. Derek is so sick. I thought it was very interesting this episode because, from what we see last episode, he's never been able to really get a job. And she's like, you're
right,
not even gonna get hired. But he says in this episode, I got the job and everything is just going so well for him. Has the audacity, like, oh, we're having a party, you should get up and come. Like, have you seen my face? I'm just supposed to go out and mingle with you, and like it's just too much. But it's just like he's feeling like, well, Rome is gone. The tour and her just stripping and being the provider in general is her means of getting out of the house, that escape away from Derek. And now that she doesn't have that anymore and there's no reason for her to do it because he's giving the income, it's like, what do you have to do? And I feel like we're going to get to the point of it's me or you, and she is going to have to take Derek out or else he's going to kill her. I did not want her to go back into that house. I was like, take them kids and start walking down, just
right,
just go.
right.
I was like, just go, just call, just I thought she was gonna call just something. I just don't want her in there. And especially when we get into her behavior with the gun this episode, it's pretty much the same as we saw when she put it on Diamond and she's scared. She's still shaking. She's not quite ready to take his ass out just yet. But it's gonna come to that because it's just like, well, what else are you gonna do?
Did you think that she was gonna shoot him?
I did not. She looked scared. She looked like she wasn't ready.
Yeah, yeah. She like she never fired a weapon before.
Yeah.
You know, just what I mean, the acting is phenomenal right here. I really sense her pain, and she is truly terrified.
Yeah.
And the sick thing about it is, Derek. Do you? Where is it, Image? Do you? I don't even know the word to describe him. Whether it's a narcissist, a psychopath, a combination of both of them.
Yeah.
But do you think he senses her pain, or do you think he's completely oblivious to it? I'm not an expert. I don't know.
He very
But
much so sensitive. He likes her there. That's he's most of the time abusers, from what I can see, they like to keep you in that state. As long as she's there and she's broken, that's less time for her to try to, gain any right train of thought to leave and walk away from this unsafe ass situation. He's basking in it. I think he even tells her, like, I had a good day. I'm finna go get in the shower. Like, you want to come get in the shower with me? Like, let's go get it on. Like, do you see? Like, it's not even. He doesn't care she's where he wants her to be. And the sad thing is, even though it was never okay, the thing that she had, that light in her, the dancing, the stripping, that getaway, that's even gone now. It's like, and I think next is going to be like, well, I'm going to get back to work. I'm all healed up. And it's like, well, no, what you need to go to work for? We have enough money coming in from my job.
do you think it was, you think she should tell him what happened, Derek? What happened? Maybe that
I
can
mean,
be to her advantage because I mean, just look at. I mean, given the situation she's in, she's in a horrible situation. She was lied to about upcoming, moving up the economic ladder with the wig gang. The dude tried to rape her. Her not husband, but her the father of her children is beating on her and is
and the
crazy
kids.
man, and the kids, yeah. And so maybe that could benefit. Maybe that could be to her favor. Like, hey, this dude right here tried to rape me. He goes off the scale and does something crazy, gets locked up behind bars because he running down the road, without a seatbelt or something like that.
I mean,
I,
that
like,
maybe would have worked in her advantage, but it's like he's already dead, So what exactly are you gonna do? I love how he's just dead. Like, nobody gives a fuck in the episode. It's just like, well, we trying to get back on tour. We gotta keep it rolling. Like,
yeah,
goddamn, wrong. Like, yeah,
yeah,
whatever. Wally,
yeah.
we trying to keep it going. And I was so laughing this episode. I literally yell every single time. I'm like, this is the second time we've had Keyshawn explain the story. And it's like, Rome tried it. And it's like, what's it? Like, it's like, okay, I'm glad he's dead. And then she keeps having to explain, like, well, he knew about you. She was like, knew about me? How you know what the hell he knew about? You know what you've been doing. Like,
Right.
I thought that was funny, but I don't think that that would have benefited her at all. Just maybe if he was still here and he could have went on that violent ass tangent, but with him dead, it's like, what exactly is he gonna do? He would probably at this point blame Keyshawn.
Did you want more aftermath of that? Like, it was just kind of mentioned in passing a little bit. I kind of wanted more from
I'm
me about
assuming
Rome's
that we
death.
will. I'm assuming that we will get more because we see that Waldy isn't there. But I think there's that glare of mystery with Lil Murder. Like, you sure know a lot. Like, how do you know he overdosed? I know eventually he's gonna have to explain it, and then I think we'll get more into the story or just Waldy in general, because it's like, damn, you literally just. I mean, we loved it. But he
Right,
killed somebody to make
right,
sure the career stayed on track. Because everybody, I think, with the momentum, we were like, yeah, do it for Keyshawn. But it's like all of that wasn't, just do it for Keyshawn. Most of that was for Waldy and the lack, like, you're not gonna fuck this up for me. I gotta
right.
take you out so you don't expose him.
Right. I do like the radar that Little Murder had when he called Keyshawn or was talking to her on the phone. He was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's going on? What's going on?" And he tried it. And tried what? What you tripping on? It took him a little second. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm glad he did then." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That 180-degree switch. I love that radar right there. That's very, very important. So that was cool right there. How do you feel about Roulette, man? Like she was in her feelings this episode. What was it? Whisper was getting a lot of the shine early in the episode, flying around on that pole. She's back. Sometimes she looks good, sometimes she looks scary to me. I don't know. But they was throwing that ass around this pole. I had to take it back a few times. I was like,
Yes.
God, like this scene right here. I was like, damn, they are
Amazing.
really doing some stunts. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, I don't. I mean, strip clubs is just not my cup of tea, and not knocking them, but I just don't, frequent them that much. So I don't know if it's that these moves are that common, but I was impressed. Tyra, I was like, wow, they really been training. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I get. I mean, I didn't. You know, I have some respect, you know, for somebody to be able to do
Don't
something like
expect
that.
that in every strip club you go in now.
Gotcha. Duly noted. Duly noted. Going there disappointed. Like, wait a minute, y'all not looking like the P Valley girls. What's going? Hey man, this ain't stars over here. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, we got to talk about this guy right here, Coach. Coach. You was right. You was right about this. That look you got on your face. This guy right here is in his feelings. Oh man, if I can find an image, he thought he was doing something.
It's not working.
I was like, he was. What did she say? Like, his little secret potion is something, and then Viagra. But yeah, Farrah has been married to Coach for 19 years, and he has been ignoring all of her fantasies, all of her desires, and the man was giving it his all. Man, he thought he was doing something, but he was awoken. He came to the light and be like, wait a minute, I'm not doing a goddamn thing over here, you know. And he was humbled and embarrassed, you know. But at least he was honest. He was like, I don't even think I can handle both of you. And, you know, he said that at the beginning. But Tyra, like I said, you was right. You knew that he would get mad and that he would get in his feelings if he found out that they had something going on. I don't want to get too personal, but how I want to say this.
Get personal.
No, I don't. I mean, I've just never been in this situation that he's been in before. I'll just leave it at that. But man, I lost my train of thought because I was trying to, you know, be PG, you know, with my thoughts right here. But no, the man was humble. Like, how did you feel about his reaction? Like, I don't feel like he has a reason to get upset, to be honest with you. But how do you feel about that?
Well, you know, of course, I was waiting on it because I knew that shit was coming.
Right.
But I was not surprised at all because it's not, you know, just about, for somebody like Coach, it's not just about the sex, it's about the power. And it wasn't like the stroke game was whack. It was like, my power, I'm supposed to be in control of this. I'm finessing. I put this shit together. And it's like, you are very in tune and you're satisfying her. Like she said, I brought her here for me. She was supposed to be for me. And you over here giving Mercedes her life. Like, you're not supposed to be making her climb. It's supposed to be me. And not only that, he immediately, you know, plays the blame game. Like, you turn my wife out. It's like, no, I've been this. I've always been this, but you've never paid attention to me. I was like, beeline, Coach, Farrah. I didn't give a damn about none of them in that moment. I was more so paying attention to Mercedes. I was so disappointed in her. I was like, really, Mercedes?
Well, why was you disappointed in her?
I was so disappointed. Like, you knew what it was, Mercedes. Mercedes talks a big game, and it's just like, we're here for the money. Like, you really sat here and you thought that whatever this was, because I think even though we have her climaxing in that moment, there's just this calm over her face. She's like really into Farrah, and it's not just, you know, on Farrah's part. It's not just about the sex. I think they actually like each other. So when you have Farrah, you know, what about my dreams? What about me? And you have Mercedes, yeah. What about her?
Oh yeah. I was like, shut your ass up. Like,
Farrah has been dealing with this man for 19 years. She knows what it is. She is not the one with the money. Coach has the money. What about her dreams? Absolutely not. You play your role, you get your money, and you get your ass out of there. It's like she expected more from Farrah. And when she handed her those shoes, like, oh, you know, that's not like, well, you thought she was gonna go with you? And it's just like, oh God, I don't even want the money. Like, I'm too good for this. I thought she had feelings for me. Like, no. As soon as that switch happened and he wasn't in control, you were, oh, you hoe, you this, you stripper, you were every lowball derogatory term. Right. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what you think was gonna? It's like she really thought Farrah was gonna, I don't need this. I'm getting my bag. Like, what you gonna do? Come stay with you? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's 19 years in the game, and I'm like, I
You're
didn't
funny.
expect her to have
You're
such an
funny.
emotional attachment to Farrah to feel like this was gonna be something else, and it's
Oh
just like,
man.
what the goddamn it, coach, you gotta pay her, you gotta pay
Right.
the hoe. That's not fair. This was a deal. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fair. This is still my husband. I'm stay with this man. I've been
Right,
with this
right,
man
right,
for 20
right,
years.
right,
You
right.
thought you was gonna come in here and just because I licked on you, we were gonna leave together? Girl, take these shoes. She should have took that goddamn money and go.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of feelings were hurt in this scene right here. It was a disaster, man. You're stupid. You thought that what you say? You thought that I let you come in here and that I let you lick on me? I was gonna leave with you? Get the fuck out. Take the shoes.
I
Pay
don't
all the
know
money.
if this is the last we're gonna see of Farrah, because clearly they're
Oh,
both really in tune with each other, and
that's funny.
Farrah likes her, but it might not be beyond the sexual part. Like, she was just lusting after Mercedes the entire episode. She could
Right.
barely keep her hands off of her, but for Mercedes to feel like, oh, this could be something. We don't need this. Let's go, Farrah. What are you doing?
You hilarious, Tyra. I'm gonna tell you this: what you need to do, create your Patreon account, okay, and record yourself as you're watching these shows, and so people can do a watch along, so we can see and hear you screaming like "you dumbass bitch," blah blah. You will make a lot of money. I'm just throwing it out there. You can do with that what you
Y'all
want.
comment if y'all would be interested in that,
Yeah,
because I'm like, because I'm like, it can't just be me. Like, the fact that
it's
she
funny.
left the money and it's just like, I don't need this. Like, but you already
Yeah,
done the deed. You already gave
get
the
the money.
Mercedes experience multiple times.
Get
Get
the
your
money.
fucking money.
Get the money. Get the money. You didn't want to answer the call. Terica was blowing you up. Get the money, man. Get the money. Get the money. But yeah. It was great while it lasted. It wasn't that long, but it is what it is. How you feel about Miss Autumn Night popping up out of nowhere, out of place? She was a bit annoying to me. I don't
Yes.
know how you feel. Oh, okay, you agree. Got your boy Corbin in here doing his thing. But let's just go ahead and skip to the good part. He finally got the ass. He finally got the ass. He didn't know what he was doing with it, and he was kind of just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening." Type. She still. It's weird. Even though he did, I kind of feel like he still didn't. In a way. Go ahead. Your face is killing me right now. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? What's up?
The whole dynamic, like their whole dynamic, is the worst part of the show for me so far. I really even hate when we get into them. It like switches almost into another show. Not that the casino and selling the paint isn't a big part of the show, but it just comes off as so inauthentic, especially when we have so many greater things going on in the show and relationships. But as soon as Lakeisha Savage comes out, it just turns into this black, dark, smoke-filled neo-noir, come up and see me sometime, big boy ass situation. I was like, okay, first of all, we've been waiting for this, some of y'all been waiting, I didn't give a damn, for this sex scene to happen forever now. Y'all been waiting. Andre's been waiting for his moment. And he feels like she stole something from him at the I allowed you to come in. I didn't have to give the okay.
Weak.
Like,
Yeah.
she's intruding in on the party, and it's just also she can get the upper hand on, I guess, the senator's wife and the whole casino in the pink, and make herself known. But
That shit was corny. But
it's just like you Andre, like, it was just so whack. And anybody who was waiting for the moment that they finally fucked, this is what we got.
yeah.
This was like, God forbid we see anything. It's already dark because they're trying to set the mood and I control you, crawl to me. Like, shut up, Andre. Absolutely hated it. And then it's just
You are
like,
so
you
stupid.
finally, y'all do this bait and switch, which we whoever fucking thought Andre had any control. He's just such a wimp. You let her get the choke on you. You couldn't even stroke and choke at the same time. You couldn't get anything at that moment.
She put the finger in his mouth, and this
like he just has no control. And their whole sex scene, like the sex scene in the beginning between Diamond and Big Bone, it was given. It looked real juicy. sex scene with Mercedes, giving, juicy. This shit looked really dry, and I feel like it was anticlimactic for anybody who was really waiting. Like, finally, Andre finally got some from Haley. And what? We don't care. Next scene, please.
Yeah, it was pity sex.
Yeah.
Is what I don't want to say gutter sex. It was pity. You know, she was
Mm.
kind of laughing at him while she was doing it. You know, too, and so yeah, man, you're funny though. She was like, yeah, crawl, like, because he
What
did.
you want me to do now?
Yeah,
Take off your clothes. Like, all
yeah,
right, what's next? Oh, shut up, shut up.
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate it so much. But
yeah.
I guess that at first I thought they were working together and it was gonna be like, oh, like, Corbin thought it was this because we had them conspiring like episode 4 about what they were gonna do moving forward. So to have it here in this, I thought it was inconsistent for Andre to be like, I'll let you in, you fucking up my shit. Like, first of all, Andre, none of them people at that banquet gave two fucks at that masquerade about what you had to say, them little petty claps, like whatever. Nobody was checking, but she like kind of came in and gave you validation and made you say something purposeful. But that I just this just seemed like a waste of time, and we're meeting all of these random ass, white characters and whatnot. I didn't care. I wanted to get back to everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. This was the least interesting aspect of the episode. With this white lady and you know, people are just throwing around words, just trying to show power and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it
Everybody assuming Haley is the maid. Oh, you the maid? You the cigar girl? Like, no, bitch.
right,
Anyway.
right, right. Going back to roulette here.
Mm.
She's out there chilling, getting a little smoke on, and old dude pushing up on her. And they feel each other. She's like, I fucks with you. I fucks with you too. And she was like, hey, I'm a hoe though. I'm a hoe. Hey, at least she knows what she is. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I was really looking. Her Gail Bean was one of the main reasons why I was looking forward to season 2 of P
Mm-hmm.
Valley, and so far I am not blown away by her
Mm.
involvement. I'm not saying that she's doing a bad job, but I mean, she's popping up right here, and she's just not doing really much to tickle my fancy. I mean,
Trying.
yeah. You have any opinions on that or anything?
I mean, I think for the most part, between her and Whisper, we see that she has self-esteem issues and she's really bothered. Even with Duffy coming out to the car, he's like, you're beautiful, you're talented. He's like, yeah, I'm the most beautiful girl in this parking lot. Like, he's like, no, period. I like you. And she just really feels a way about herself, I think, in comparison to whoever. But in this episode, we see it with Whisper, and it's just like, I didn't get that option. You gave me a stack
Yeah,
to get on my knees and give you head. You just trying to give her a stack just to give
two
her head,
two
and then two
stacks.
stacks, and then you don't even require that of her. You throwing them at her just to twerk on you when I had to demean myself and be a hoe to get it. And she was really looking at Whisper with some jealousy. I don't know where that's gonna go, but she just seems really deeply hurt, and I guess maybe we'll get more into her in a later episode.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think old boy really cussed for her though, or he just trying to pop one off? I forgot his
uh
name.
I mean, we haven't really seen. We did have that episode, I guess, where he was crying. I'm like, where the hell Duffy keep coming from? He's he's just always there, just popping up. But if it was just, I guess, sex, he could get that from elsewhere. I think maybe he, maybe has some really genuine interest in her, but it's just like her seeing it for herself. Because, like she said, I'm a hoe. I'm not, that attractive. I'm not the most beautiful girl in this club. Why would you want to be with me?
Interesting. You guys let us know what you think as well, how that relationship between Duffy and Roulette is going to play out. And just again, are you surprised that she admitted that she was a hoe? I didn't see that coming.
I was not.
Oh, okay. Right on. It also just kind of makes the ending a little bit more sad between your boy Big Tech right here. We got Wardy on the phone telling Little Murder, hey, we got to get rid of your boy. He's high strung, he tripping. We can't hold it together, all that good stuff. But it's actually not good stuff at all. But they go back to his old house.
Mm-hmm.
What was they going there for? To get some type of drugs or what?
Well, Lil Murder assumed like we're at this trap looking house. He must be going to buy some weed.
Right.
But when he actually goes in, that's when he goes in behind him. Like, why are you going in the trap house? Like, what's up? Maybe, trying to protect him. And of course, he's seen the gun, just assuming like protect yourself, but not knowing that this is actually his childhood home.
So Big Tech was just going in there to reminisce, go okay.
This whole episode was just closure. just
Yeah.
closure for him and him backtracking. I guess he just before he left, he wanted to go to where I guess the bulk of his trauma initially started, and we see that visual of a young version of Tech, in the
And
closet with the wound.
and he said that his mama went crazy and
Mm-hmm.
killed all of his siblings, and he
Yeah,
ran away and hid in the closet.
yeah,
Like, that broke my heart.
yeah,
He said he can hear his brothers and sisters screaming. Wow, that's yeah, nobody can survive that, man. That's just horrible, you know.
mm-hmm.
And like I said, I felt bad because I've been dragging him all season, but this dude done been through hell and back, outside the world, inside of prison. He has nothing.
Yeah,
He has no reason to hope for anything because all he's lived is just is in the trenches, just a dirty, rugged life that's not his fault.
yeah,
And so yeah, they really pulled at your heartstrings with this right here,
yeah.
man. This
It's a
and
lot.
yeah, that's
It's
a
a
hell of a
lot.
lot right
Not
there.
even that closet, but I was looking at, the young boy in the closet. And I'm just like, he's forever like, where exactly is he going to be free to just be himself? Because you're already in that closet. We got that visual aspect, and then there's that closeted, that in the hole, that darkness of prison. And now, what are you supposed to live your life being in the closet with Lil Murder? Like, it's just like there's nothing left for me here. I don't want to be here anymore. He just pretty much gave up this episode.
Yeah, yeah. And Little Murder was peeping game, man. That's what, like you said earlier, Tyra. He didn't want to leave him by his side, and they're just chopping it up out here. And then again, this was bothering me. I could not understand some of the
Mm-hmm.
stuff that he was saying in the car. I know he said that, hey, I know these 3 tears on my face here. That
Mm-hmm.
may be people think that's all the people I've killed or something, but I've done much more than that. Did he say that those were the names of his siblings? Was that
Yeah.
okay? Okay, I was just trying to make sure. And yeah, man, we talked about it, man. But great acting from your boy
Yes.
Alphonse right here. He was truly terrified, just like, bro, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We got money to make, we got houses to build, we got dreams to chase, we got babies to make. That was kind of that line was like I was kind of turning my head a little bit, but he was like, I can't see it. It's like, nigga, I can see it. I can fucking see it for you. I was just like,
Mm.
whoa, that's really impactful right there. And just to, oh man, to see somebody blow their head off in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
Tara, how do you deal with that? It's
I was
impossible.
I was thinking with the dialogue that we had just had with him referring to his mother of pretty much going on that violent, crazy tyrant and killing his siblings, and him listening to the screams and witnessing that hurt. I was thinking, like maybe he's gonna talk him down because I don't think he would want to subject Lil Murder to the same trauma and shoot himself right here, next to him in the car. So I was like, he's gonna, but it could have went either way because he wanted to do it so badly. Like just to see him give up in such a way was just like really, really sad this episode. It was really hurtful that he just didn't see anything for himself. And it just goes to show if you don't see it, but everybody else can, see it and the opportunities of what you could be or what y'all could be with each other or, just moving forward and, that fame, he's just so happy for him. But it was sad that he couldn't have those same sensations for himself in his own life. And he just gave up. I was very surprised. I was like, wow, now we have to, I thought he cared enough to, because you see, he was like, "Can you just leave? Can I just drop you off somewhere?" And he's like, just fuck it. You don't want to leave. I just have to do it. But I thought he had enough love and care for him, just not to subject him to that. And maybe we were gonna do something else, but for him to shoot him, next to him in the car and just, I was like, God damn. But
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
it was also like a sense of completion because they had spent that whole day together, and it's just like y'all, you came in together, and you're leaving like here. I was like, I was just honestly surprised. I didn't think that he was gonna pull through with it, and I knew at that moment, because he's been kind of running and really avoiding Clifford this episode because it's just like, what are you gonna go do? He was so ready, like I don't want to be here in Chuckalita Lisa and deal with what I have to deal with here. My single's hot. If we're on tour, I can be Lil Murder, the rapper. I can be with you. We can be something. I don't have to worry about, but it's like, you don't actually love me like that. You care about Clifford. So when we have him immediately run back to Clifford in the end, it's just like, yeah, you have to deal with what's really going on with you. Because I think Clifford sent him that text message and said, it's a lot going on. Are you okay? And he finally admits, like, no, I'm not okay. And I think it was way bigger than just, of course, Big T's shooting himself in the head. It's just like, I'm not okay in general.
Did Clifford text him, or did Little Murder text Clifford and Clifford responded? I thought
No, he remember, he had been texting him for months at a
right,
time with no
right, right.
response. But when we had that ending of the episode, like directly after he slept with Big T,
Right.
Clifford text him.
Okay, okay. Do you think that Little Murder had any more power or ability to save Big Tech? Because we talked about all the trauma that he was going through, not feeling loved by anyone. He got the love a bit when he was outside, when he gave him the car, gave him the new whip,
Mm-hmm.
gave him a job. Do you think that the table, when they was at the table and he tried to touch his hand, if he would have basically, do you think that if Clifford was not in the picture, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like, hey, let's continue this relationship outside of prison that we had inside of prison, do you think that would have, kept him from, jumping over the ledge, pulling the trigger, or you think it was inevitable that he was going to take his life?
I think it was inevitable because I think so much of it just stemmed from so much hurt. Because we just saw that, that one scenario, and then we don't know, what else he's been through. I think it was collectively everything. I don't think it helped at all that he had that sense of, maybe there could be something here for me. Maybe, and then it's just like, well, damn, you don't care about me either. It's just, I think I said it in when they slept together, like, why would you if you are trying to, have your emotions, y'all have your moment. There was a way for him to be there for him instead of, in more ways than just that of the sexual aspect.
Right,
He didn't
right.
need, the sex at that moment. He needed
A
some
hug.
emotional
Right.
counseling, some therapy. He needed some real true help. But you see the entire time that I think it speaks to your mental state, mental illness, because I think we have Lamurda this entire time. He's always trying to avoid stuff and act like nothing's wrong and everything's okay and it's just about me making it. But him being the way he is and having to keep who he truly is a secret, I'm sure that it's like really eating him up on the inside.
Yeah.
And it's like let's not do that. Let's acknowledge when we're not okay. Just like he's not willing to acknowledge it. It's like he doesn't need to be on tour. He's mentally unstable. He needs help. It's just like, no, we gonna be okay. But he's just trying to, always moving forward. It's like, no, you need to acknowledge that you're not okay. Just like somebody should have acknowledged that Big T was okay. I think if they maybe would have tried to get him some real help, I don't know if he would have taken it or what that would even look like with him being so abrasive and upset all the time. But he needed something way beyond what Lil Murder could have ever offered him. So I don't think it would have changed anything.
I got you. You seen Shawshank Redemption? The
Of
Tim
course.
Robin? Okay, one of my favorite movies of all time. Institutionalized is where I learned that word from when I first saw that film when I was a child. Uh, it's a real thing. Your boy Big Tech that's what he was going through. I know you'll be honest with me. And this, not just this episode, but this whole show is pushing the narrative or the suggestion that males need to open up more on their emotional side and express their
Mm-hmm.
feelings. And I agree with that to a sense. And this has always been a debate between men in our circles of like, can you really show how vulnerable you are to a woman and she really accepts that and still love you and not look down on you? Me personally, I mean, I have not, and I may be telling on myself. I mean, there. Oh, I lost Tyra. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you popped out for a second. I have never been in a situation to where I have just completely, cried my eyeballs out in front of a woman. Maybe except for my mom, but that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
count. But I'm speaking of somebody I've dated, and I just say this to say like, would she really be down for me? And she really look at me like, oh, this is some simp ass nigga. Can my point I'm getting at is, can a man really, really just break down, cry his eyeballs out? I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I'm confused. I mean, we supposed to be the head of the household, the provider, like the strong support. the pillar holding everything up. But if they see these cracks, can a woman really just be like, baby, I got you? Or look, or a lot of women just like, you are not the man I thought you was. Like, what's going on? What's up with this? Because I've heard women, not, and these women that I know personally, they're not the best suitors, but I've heard them say kind of disparaging things about men that do that. I just want your opinion on that, if you don't mind.
If it's a real woman, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no need. I don't want to set expectations for someone that I don't want them to set for me. I don't want anyone to always expect me to be a strong Black woman 24/7, and I'm not allowed any space to be vulnerable and be emotional and cry. If your woman is down for you in that way, and she really is, she's going to see that. She's going to support and be there for you. If she talks shit or feels like you're less of a man, you need to move around.
Right on. Well said. You kept it short and sweet. I like that. I just asked that because it's a message that a lot of men want to hear. Because some men, I feel the way that you feel for the most part. I mean, it depends on who you're with. Like you said it perfect. If she can't accept you that way, you need to keep it moving. But I just know that a lot of males need to hear that message, coming from a sister like yourself. So thank you. I do appreciate that. But wrapping up the episode, like you said, I'm really eager to see how
she got COVID.
Yeah, you silly. How Little Murder and Clifford are going to continue their relationship, because he is broken, he's hurt, he don't know what to do. Clifford, holding him down like, come on, baby, come in the house, I'll take care of you, hugs, all that good stuff. Excuse me, all that good stuff. I'm most interested in that relationship, and also what's going to happen with Keyshawn and Derek.
Yeah.
And if Diamond is going to come through and save the day, and be like, hey, baby, I'm back. Even though I wasn't here for the first time or whatever. So I don't know. What did I leave out that may be important that you want to talk about, or do you have any predictions for next week or anything like that you're anticipating?
Not too much. We didn't really discuss the dynamics of, I'm sick of COVID apparently running rapid, but he's just acting like pretty much nothing's happening. Like Granny is over there she's about to faint any day now. It's just like, God damn it, Toy, I knew you didn't have it. Go get her some help.
Yeah.
I want them to look up and they're killing her off for untreated COVID symptoms. Do something about that. But other than that, I think we pretty much covered everything. I'm really ready to see what Keyshawn is going to do. I'm still holding on to what Woody said about her. Like, she's the biggest killer out of all of us. So I'm really waiting on Keyshawn to take Derek out at this point.
Yeah.
Other than that, the whole casino, that aspect is starting to wear thin. I don't think the writing is all that strong in that area. I wish that all parts of the show were just as interesting as everything else. And I just want to see where I want to see where Little Murder goes from here, because that was just truly traumatic, and he had to face up and own up to some things, and he needed some help, he needed some support, and he went to where he knew he could get it. So that's great. I'm really interested to see what happens with that.
Right on. Me as well. Very eager to find out what's going on. This is episode 6. So do we have 2 episodes left or 4?
We left a whole situation now. They're just gonna cuss us out in the comments too.
What's up?
So Terica is pregnant.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, Terica is pregnant. She came crying with the positive results. Damn. Yeah, that was at the end too.
Yes, it was. They kind of, fit a lot of stuff into this episode.
They threw that in there. I knew. That's why I asked you, because I was like, I know it has to be something I forgot. So I don't even got no image of it, because I'll be clicking the button sometime. I should.
Pregnant.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Yep. Terica is pregnant, man. Damn. I mean, Mercedes can be disappointed, but can you be mad? I don't know. I don't have no fight in that. Yeah, I don't know enough. Let me know how you feel about that. Yeah, how you
I'm not surprised. It doesn't really feel like she's had a strong front and support as far as a mother. Of course, we've had Shelly there, but I think Shelly has made it very clear within these past few episodes how she feels about Terica. So she's been there, and she's maybe raised her, but it's been like out of guilt, and it doesn't seem like it's something that she really wanted to do. And at the age that Terica is at, this is like the pivotal point of her really needing somebody there, and neither one of their asses has been there, and clearly she went somewhere else to some open arms to find some love and affection and support, and now she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Talk to
And
your kids.
yeah, and it's just crazy. I know this episode was written before the decision was made with Roe v. Wade, but I was like, damn, this is crazy timing right here. Just tying how this is a reflection of life and tying that in the COVID and all that. And so it's
pregnant.
just
she's pregnant just about the same age as her mother was.
Right, exactly. That's the first thing I thought of. And so you guys let us know what you think about that as well in the comment section. I mean, we got a lot in this episode. Big Tech unfortunately took his life. Little Murder is having to deal with that. Not little, but Roulette is admitting that she's a hoe. They're trying to get this casino thing going. We got the love triangle. They broke up. Diamond is knocking down Big Bone. Andre finally getting the ass, but not really. It was some pity sex. He's still like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening right now. Like
Coach putting out struggle strokes.
Yeah. That's Heart's a lot. This is a crazy episode all over the place, good and bad. And so you guys let us know what you think of our recap review of P-Valley titled Savage. This is episode 6 right here. And we will be back same time, same place next week. And we got this is episode 6. Are we gonna get 10 episodes or 8?
I believe it's 10.
10? Okay, because I was like, they got a lot to wrap up, in the final 2 episodes. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us know what you think. We would love to hear all your thoughts. Tyra, before we head out of here, why don't you let the good people know what you got going on your channel?
Same old same. Really great throwback reviews. It's always a good time. You request, pay for a video. I discuss it. I do hold, if I feel like it, I might dress up and react to a scene and all that other good stuff. But most of all, of course, with this video, we talk about P-Valley, and I do my own in-depth, fun review of P-Valley. So please be sure to go check that out. After you watch this, go check it out and get all the juice and stuff that I didn't I don't want to get too nasty on B's channel. Go check me out. B, on mute.
My fault. I was on mute. I said, yeah, go check her out because it gets extra juicy on her channel over there. She tries to keep it PG, and she saves all her nice theories and thoughts for her own video.
I do not.
I'm teasing. But yeah, your P-Valley is killing it right now. Also, she got 187 and Sister. So yeah, it's always a good time over there. Me, myself, if you head over to my channel, just subscribe. I'm about to hit 38K. And just to make it bigger, come on, guys, go ahead and check out my Thor, Love and Thunder non-spoilery review. And then check out my Thor, Love and Thunder spoilers review that I did with Eman, with Eman's movie reviews, and Elliot with movie files. And then check out my Marvel Cinematic Universe, all 29 MCU movies ranked from worst to best, from worst to first. And then you can check out the Woman King trailer reaction with me, Tower, and Larry. We reacted to it. We gave our thoughts. Right now, this is what you're watching, episode 6. And this was last week's episode of my Sunday show, the Movie News Roundup. And this week is going to be 68. And then next week is going to be 69. 69. Yeah. All that good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, and that's Tyra, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.